Hey there, my name is John Stevenson. Welcome to the Guaranteed Retirement Guy Show. Today we're going to be answering the question about what if your investments do not generate enough for your retirement? What then? Okay, so this can be hard to deal with as an advisor. With people, because you want to make sure that you help people get the most income as possible. But a lot of times, if the investments are not generating enough for that, that can be a problem. Now, I focus on annuity contracts. I love the guarantees that annuities provide because you can get a lot of lifetime income with a relatively small amount of money. So a lot of times, people come to me and they have a small 401k or what they think is small, and then they are pleasantly surprised that they can actually get a pretty decent amount of income from it with an annuity contract. The downside of an annuity contract is that it's no longer in the stock market, where some people don't think that is a down, but some people do, and they want to have the growth. But with an annuity, you're taking your income. Really, you're taking it and you're putting it in your pocket, guaranteed every single month. That's what you're doing. So you're taking your account, whether it be a 401k or an IRA, and you're putting it into an annuity contract that gives you guaranteed income for the rest of your life. So if you want to see what that would do for you, go to my website, johnstevenson.com, and you will see my annuity calculators there, and you can actually figure out exactly what the income will be for you for the rest of your life. So, and it may, you may think your investments are not large enough, but you can actually really generate quite a bit of income from a relatively lower sum of money than you probably thought possible. So another thing to think about, and these are just kind of goes without saying, if we don't have enough money, we don't retire. We wait and we work and we save more. And sometimes we're more aggressive. Sometimes, we look at our investments and we think, well, I should have been more aggressive. I wasn't in, the stock market. I was in the S&P 500. I was buying bonds. I was in these safe funds, and it hurt me. And unfortunately, safety can hurt us because you have opportunity costs. Because if we don't put our money in things that have higher risk but higher return, we also have the risk of not earning enough, not having enough for our retirement. That can be a huge problem. And I'm going to show you on my screen just a few ideas that I have, again, with annuity contracts. But I just kind of wanted to talk about this because, you know your situation. If it's not enough, you're going to have to work longer, you're going to have to save longer, and you might have to be more aggressive in your investments. Or you might have to take less income if you have to retire early. Or you might have to work part-time to supplement. Okay, there's a lot of different things people will do. And some people love to work part-time and they want to make sure that they are busy, but they want to still be semi-retired. And that's a good option as well. But let me show you my screen. I'm going to show you some annuity options for income, and then you can kind of be the judge on that and see if that is something that would work for you. And if you are thinking that you would like to purchase an annuity, then book a call. There's a link below this video, and we can talk about it. Otherwise, you can go to my website and book a call there as well. So looking at my screen, and I just threw 500 grand in. I mean, that might be too much for you, but let's just look at 500,000 for immediate payouts. So let's say you've got like $800,000 and you're thinking, I need to generate income right now, but I don't think this is enough because I need to take out like 4 or 5% and I'm going to deplete my account value. What if the account goes down because the stock market goes down? What am I going to do then, right? So you could just buy an annuity contract that gives you guaranteed lifetime income. And so looking at that, $500,000 give you $32,000 a year in income at age 60. Now that might not be enough. You might be thinking, well, that's not enough. I need to take income at 62. That's when my Social Security starts, but I can put money in right now. So if you do that and you let it defer for 2 years, then ClearSpring pays you 39 grand for the rest of your life. Pretty good. Okay, but if you let it defer longer, 65, it's going to pay you even more, 52,000. And that's just because you let it defer longer, and it's contractual. It's guaranteed. So let's look at this one from Nationwide. So we look at the payout from this. You notice it is $52,000. And they are doing that because, let me just go down here. I'll show you. They're giving you an 8% roll-up rate, guaranteed, after a 25% base bonus. So that might be more worth it to you than leaving it in the stock market. Maybe you're thinking, I need to be more aggressive, but the stock market has averaged 10% over the last 100 years. But you may not even need that, because if you have something like this that gives you a guaranteed growth rate, it might be worth it just to put it, into an annuity right now, and then you've got something guaranteed no matter what. So let me go back up. If you see, let's see the benefit base. So starts out at 500 grand right here, grows to 675 in the first year, and then grows to 875 if you let it sit for 5 years. That is guaranteed. Okay, and then that multiplied by 5.95 gives you 52,000 a year guaranteed for the rest of your life. Okay, that's huge. Okay, you look at that and say, all right, well, what about the account balance over here? Well, the account balance over here is not going to grow very much. Okay, I'll just be transparent. It's going to have a little bit of the growth from the S&P 500, and then it's going to have some rider charges. And the rider charges are going to affect the account value and therefore the death benefit. But the death benefit is going to be there as long as the account value is, and once the account value is gone, the death benefit is no longer there. But the income, that's the reason why you buy it in the first place, that is there, and that's there for the rest of your life. And you can see by the time you're 95, you take out $1.6 million. Pretty good. Anyways, this is just kind of an example of how you can really set yourself up for lifetime income. And I know 500 grand might seem like a lot, but when you're setting yourself up for $1.6 million in income by the time you're 95, and if you live longer than that, you're going to get more income. That's pretty good. So anyways, if that makes sense, and you're thinking, hey, I'd like to buy an annuity, I'd like to get some information on it, then book a call. There's a link below this video, goes directly to my calendar. We can get on a Zoom call and I'll show you everything that's available, regardless of my commissions. I will also answer any questions that you have. I'm not going to try to push or shove you into an annuity that you don't want to be in. But I would like to help you if that's something you're looking for. So again, you can go to my website too. You can check out my annuity calculators, and you can also book a call there as well. So I hope this video has helped. If it has, make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment below if you got questions, and we'll see you next time.